Hi all, right, welcome back to more Fields of Fire. This is the Normandy campaign, mission 2. I keep having to look at the name of this. Mission 2, Cerisy offensive. This is my part 7 we're up to now. We're moving along. Yeah, I'm getting a lot done. I knew when I put this game on the table this would happen. Yeah. I've just uploaded the last part of mission 1 there up, so that'll be that done and dusted. And yeah, there was some glitches, some errors and whatever, but I felt much better about that one than I did the first attempt, where yeah, there was a couple of stupid blunders that, well, the one in particular regarding the radios was rather important. But yeah, I just need to get on with it. Sometimes there's going to be things, if I can fix it, if I can make it work, if I can make an adjustment to make it as good as it should have been, then I'll do that. But anyway, there's nothing more to really talk about. No comments. This is just the morning after I recorded part 6 last night. We are on turn 4, and this is going to be the last turn. The wee blue cubes there were signifying the counter attack turns. We drew the event there. I did get it confirmed by Andrew that is when the actual activity changes on that turn. So it just depends on your luck. We were lucky. We only had a forward observer as an enemy, so he wasn't able to do anything really brutal. Well, he did do anything. He just went away. And then turn 3 there. Well, we had the squad move down, which in some ways ended up being quite good, because we were heavily engaged, and then we had 2 contact markers. We were looking at here and here, I want to say, and both of them never drew any enemies because it was a 2-card draw for the fact we were heavily engaged. So this squad coming down might have actually done us a bit of a favour. Plus we shot him up pretty good and he done nothing to us. Yeah, so that was a nice way to finish things. Okay, let's get moving. I don't know what I'm going to start doing. I know I got started talking at the end of the video. You've really got to sit and look at the board and look at everything, and then, but it's better if most of that happens when I've got the camera on pause, I think. But let's see if we get a higher HQ event as well. We're running out of deck here. I've only got 3 cards left. Hopefully I've not made a blunder there. Well, I said that last time, and the shuffle card was one of the last 2 cards. Right, so here we go for an HQ event. Well, there, it's there. We still need to draw the card then, yeah? So there's only going to be 1 card left in the deck, but we're going to reshuffle. There is no HQ event. I will reshuffle the deck. Okay, moving on. No battalion HQ on the map, so COHQ. COHQ's down here. XO's here. First sergeant's here. First platoon is under this cover of the strong building. Second platoon is not under cover. Third platoon is not under cover. Third platoon, yeah, the mortars attached the third platoon, so it drifted. Why did we do that? Yeah, because we infiltrated up to here and we knew we wouldn't be able to infiltrate with that. But we also didn't want... I'm not sure. We didn't want that on the card for... Was it because he was going to be firing? No. We put this here so that it's now firing on that card, and then the squad moved. Yeah. So we're going to have to do something with that. I think the fact that we're got a heavily engaged situation, we should take advantage of that and try and get... Well, I want to say probably... We've got an assault team here, haven't we? Yeah, so... I think first platoon is going to move up here. This assault team is going to either move into here, or maybe here. I think we'll just keep at that for the moment, not going there. However, we've got a potential contact marker B here as well. So... maybe this is part of third platoon as well, isn't it? They've kind of like split up a little bit. I think this was a squad that went wandering on himself. It's just to get the commands to do it. Well, I mean, I could break 3-3 platoon down into a assault team and push that up there. As for this card, I think we'll just let this guy, because this is what's creating the heavily engaged situation. He's got automatic weapons. He's sitting under cover. He's got this reduced to all pinned. I think he maybe just carries on with that fight as well. Maybe we can get in a general initiative for him to concentrate fire on it, just to chuck some more, because he has got a pin marker on him now as well. So maybe we can do that, and then like I say over here, I don't know, possibly call for fire again, or maybe even use a mortar call for fire instead of using up all the artillery. Maybe. But I think this is going to move up to here. But he can still do it from that card across. Yeah, and then like I say, 1, 2 potential contacts. Yeah, you're probably only going to get 2. Well, you know what? I could probably go here, here, and here maybe. Break something else off the first platoon and send up there. Send that one up there or there maybe. Not sure. I'm looking here because it looks like a better card. Obviously, we've got to get this fire off of this as well. But when these move, and yeah, I was thinking about that later. I think I thought to myself, well, when this moves, it's still on that line. It's still down that PDF. But whenever it moves into a new card, it reassesses the situation. And if there is no enemies in the card, it'll stop firing. So I'm pretty confident in the fact that moving from this card to this card will then cease fire on that. Well, the both of them need to do that. But it's possible I might not take the mortar. I might just... Well, you can't leave the mortar, that's the problem. Eh? Well, hold on here. And it's got overhead fire. I was going to say if I moved the squad up, would the mortar not stop firing as well? Because it's got the... Well, maybe I wouldn't if we move it in between. I'm not so sure that would. But anyway, this has got overhead fire, so it can still go over a friendly unit. Yeah, well, we'll work that out. So I think first platoon's making the platoon move. Second and third are probably just going to... Yeah, third's kind of sitting there waiting a bit though, isn't it? And there is a potential con. It's not as if I can platoon move up to there. So, yeah, might just want to dally with them a little bit. Just hang around and possibly try and do something with this litter team. Yeah, I think so. Okay, right, that's my thought process. For the moment, anyway. Right, let's get the COHQ then. So he's got 1 command saved. We are heavily engaged. He is line quality. He is not undercover. So there's no modifications to the large number, and that is horrible. Well, that's a bad start. So he got 1. He had 1 saved. He's only got 2. Because we really kind of need to move him now. Well, we did move him the last time, mind you, so I could get away with that. Yeah, the thing is, he can't even activate first platoon. Well, he could if he went under that strong building. What is... see, the good thing is, first and third platoon I've got 3 command saves. Second platoon's got 2 commands saved. And yeah, you could activate second platoon though, and just let the other guys get on with it, I suppose. See, that's the other thing. If I'd got more commands, I could have maybe moved him up there and got him to do something. And the other thing is, though, second platoon's not going to do anything, Grant, is he? I don't think he's going to make a move this turn. I think we're just going to keep our fire going on here. So it's really first platoon we probably want to do stuff with. That's annoying, because the sergeant's not under the cover. and I need to be on the same card as the sergeant to be able to give him an activation. Well, hang on, Grant. If you're going to move up, yeah. If I'm going to activate first platoon, I need to move on to the card under the cover. So that's one action. I've got one action left just to activate it. That's really all I can do if I'm going to go down that road. Yeah, that was a poor draw, wasn't it? Could have done with some commands there. Well, I think out of my 3 platoons, it's definitely the first platoon that's going to make a move. And not only make a move, he's then going to shove that assault team further on. So that's 3 commands to send that away. And I also talked about splitting another one off, that's 4 commands, and sending another one. That's 5 commands. So I think I'm going to do that. It's not the best, but when you've only got 2 commands, what do? So I'm going to move the COHQ up under the strong building as well. So hopefully that signifies that he's part of all that. He will be exposed. So that's his first command. And then I'm going to use the second command, so he's got nothing left to activate first platoon. And we're under the cover so we can communicate. Yeah, that's that. Right, and that means there's 4. The CO staff and the 2 platoons did not get activated in the activation segment, so they'll just have to go with their initiative. None of them are undercover as well, so that could be not great. Yeah, that was the other thing. First platoon HQ were undercover, weren't they? Yeah. Right, okay, never mind. So first platoon. Yeah, so he's the only thing we activated. So we're going to draw for him. Now he is undercover, so he's going to get a +1 to this. +1, and we just shuffled not long ago. +1 to the 3, that's 4, good. So up to 7, that should be nice. And I'll reshuffle the deck yet again. Okay, deck shuffled up. Right, so first platoon got 7 commands. Right, so I think... Oh, he's got an assault team. No, I say he's got an assault team with him. There's an assault team there. Well, that could... Can we not just put that up there? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. In fact, we've got 7 commands. So I'll maybe not use the mortar fire here. Maybe go back and call for fire with artillery again. We'll see. We'll see how many commands we've got. Right, so first of all, well, before we do the platoon move, we need that assault team. We're going to give it, because it's under the cover as well, we're going to use 1 command to... No, that's a pity. That's not an infiltrate action, is it? No, no matter. I was looking at this cover, and this is what the mortar, the artillery spotter left behind, the German one. But just see, this is a village, isn't it? Yeah, this is a village. So I'm wondering about, should we go under that foxholes, or if we didn't go into the foxholes, just went onto the card, we could maybe search for cover and maybe get a strong building again. But it's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? And we're not just safer going under the foxholes. So I've spent my 1 command, so I'm going to move him up to here. I'm not awful sure what's going to happen here, but just deciding if I should put him under the foxholes. But then again, you're going with that with general initiative. 2 things: you need to draw a general initiative command at least, and you might want it for other important things. Another thing is you need to draw a 1 to 3 out of a 5, I think. Okay, the odds are slightly better for you there to get the strong building, and that's going to give me an extra +2. Nah, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go under the foxholes, I think. and he'll be exposed. Yeah, so I'm wondering what, if anything, would happen here. Because this 1-3 platoon, this squad, cannot now fire across the head of this. However, he was already firing. So this is another one I'm just going to leave here because what, Grant? Because I think I'm going to move these guys anyway. Well, how are you going to do that though? You're going to have to get your platoon HQ across, or yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with the mortar still firing on this card because it can fire over the top of this guy's head. But this shouldn't be. If we were just opening fire right now, it wouldn't be firing into here. However, it could be the case that because this is moved in front of it, it's still going to fire. I'm not 100% sure of that. Oh no, it does say. Well, mind you, this is when you're opening fire, Grant. And again, I've still not sat. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm doing it tomorrow at work. I know exactly the time I've got this time to do it. And I'm going to go through at least section 6, probably even 7 and 8. What am I looking for here? Brazen fire, I think I was looking for. That's 7, I think. Is it not? No, it must be in 6 somewhere. There we are. Yeah, just looking at that rule again. Normally when firing only PDF on an R card, the VOF is exerted into the closest occupied card. But then, what if something moves in front of that? That's basically what you should be looking at, Grant. Well, continuing to fire maybe. An engaged unit will continue to fire at the same card until ordered to cease fire. Shift fire. I get the feeling he's maybe still going to be firing at the card. Ordered to move to another card. See, that's it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's down its PDF or not. If you order it to move to another card, it'll cease fire automatically, then it'll open fire again. So it doesn't matter if you're going down the PDF or not. Smoke source. Spotted unit from the opposing side. Oh, here we go. A spotted unit. Now, this was a bit Andrew was talking about that maybe needed some adjustment. I couldn't quite work out what he was meaning with that, but a spotted unit from either side enters its PDF in a closer card than the current target. Well, there's not an actual target, but the target card, because we're firing at an empty card here. When firing along a PDF into another card, the VOF is exerted into the closest occupied card. If a spotted unit from either side enters a PDF in a closer card, the VOF is moved to the closer target. This may cause friendly fire incidents if not addressed quickly. Oh, right. That seems to suggest that both of the units are going to fire on the village now then. That's kind of what it says, Grant. When firing on a PDF into another card, which is what we're doing, the VOF is exerted into the closest occupied card. If a spotted unit from either side enters a PDF in a closer card, the VOF is moved to the closer target. And then it does say this may cause friendly fire incidents if not addressed quickly. I was wondering if this was one of the moments when we weren't allowed to move across the PDF. I moved that from there to there, didn't I? I remember reading that before about you weren't allowed to cross the PDF, but you think I can find that and I'll bet it's in Rule 6 somewhere. Unless that's something that got changed, I wonder. How could I search for that in the rules, maybe? Digitally, I mean. Crossing a PDF. I'll go and have a little look. Okay, I got a rules reference there to 5.1.2, so that's not rule 6, that's rule 5. 5.1.2. That's moving to another card, right, okay. I was talking about moving diagonally. Yeah, here it is. Hang on. Alright, so it's this part here, and it's about diagonal movement, isn't it? Alright, let me make sure I've got all that in. So, sorry, and this is 5.1.2, movement to another card. And, yeah, sorry, I know I've moved to a different page there, but I'm just reading it. The rules for moving to another card are, and then there's lots of bullets here. And then this is, I don't want to go through them all, so... Although diagonal movement is generally allowed, units, friendly or enemy, cannot move through a PDF when moving diagonally. See also 30.2.5 for additional restrictions when playing orbit combat missions. Well, that's the rule I actually had found when I'd done the search, and then it brought me back to here. So there's an example of it though as well. So it says PDF from the North Korean machine gun blocks diagonal movement to the primary objective. So that's the North Korean machine gun. Its PDF is coming through that into this card. So it does not allow, blocks diagonal movement to the primary objective, which is here. So this can't move from here to here. That's easy to catch you out, isn't it? I thought there was something else about that as well, but I think maybe that's what we're talking about here. So, well, that's not the case here, is it really? But I need to watch that one. I need to watch that one. I think you could do that easily and not really think about it, couldn't you? This is firing down here. You've got a unit there. You move across that PDF diagonally. Not sure if there's another bit as well. That maybe not exactly what I was thinking about, but anyway. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go by what that has been saying there. For spotted unit from either side enters the PDF in a closer card. The VOF is moved to the closer target. This may cause friendly fire. So they're firing on this card. They're now suddenly going to, because this is moved in, they're going to be firing on that card with heavy weapons. I think. Does seem a bit odd. It is friendly units, but it did say spotted unit from either side. Well, I'm hopefully going to resolve the situation by doing something with these guys anyway, but let me know if I'm getting any of that wrong, by all means. Okay, back to first platoon, who has 6 commands left. Yeah, just pausing here though. I'm going to have to stop that. We don't want heavy weapons fire on this guy. He's also going to get a potential contact, so yeah, that's. I mean, unless I shimmy 3rd Platoon HQ back across here and then order a ceasefire. Seems a little wasteful in resources, but it's probably not going to do anything else. We talked about fixing that letter team. He does have 3 commands saved, so well, maybe it depends on what he draws. We'll just need to wait just now. We can't do anything about this just now. But I think it probably would be wise to maybe platoon move across to here, call a ceasefire, stop them firing at that, and then wait and see what comes of that potential contact. And maybe if we've got the commands, try and put that letter team back together again. Okay, so first platoon again. Let's get back to them. Right, I'm going to platoon move now. Are we going to go up into the foxholes? Well, we keep risking it, don't we? It gives you the extra card draw though when you're out of. Where's the? Well, hang on, Grant. The COHQ is here, so he is going to be in line of sight and communication with the first platoon. So maybe not going. But again, see, if we want to grab this assault team, we're going to have to communicate with it by being under the foxholes. So it's added commands to like. I could platoon move up there, keep all the platoon out of the foxholes, part for the first platoon HQ. He could then go under the foxholes. We then spend another command to move the assault team. We then have to spend another command to move the first platoon back out. So what is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more commands. I've got 6. And then we'll not bother with the mortar fire and we'll keep the other 2. Does that make sense? I think it does. Because things could happen. Because we're also going to be firing on this card here, aren't we? And there's that risk of it switching fire to us. And if we happen to be under cover, well, it's fine with automatic weapons. It's not that it's going to be a indirect fire. That's the thing. You can't throw a grenade at us, for instance. So should I just go under the foxholes? I think the fact that COHQ is going to be able to communicate with us, maybe not. If you were moving further on, maybe, and you didn't have the COHQ there, maybe just to get the extra command or the extra +1. Anyway. Right. Okay. I'm not going to go under the cover this time. Well, apart from my first platoon HQ, I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to platoon move onto the card, and everybody apart from the first platoon HQ is not going to go under the cover. That's going to cost me 2 commands down to 4. So let me deal with that first. Right, so that's the situation. Well, the first platoon HQ should be exposed as well. So when platoon moved up, I didn't put them under the cover, the whole platoon, apart from the first platoon HQ, because he's wanted to be under the cover to give that assault team command. Like I say, he should be marked exposed as well. We then can spend another command to give that assault team an order to move somewhere. Actually, which one do we want? Because we could potentially go here, or here, couldn't we? Yeah, we were talking about trying to get 3 going, weren't we? Am I going to have the commands for that? I think just. I'm going to be burnt out though, because of this whole undercover thing. Well, maybe I should go all under the cover then and save myself a command. Because right now I'm going to have 3 left, and that's me moving this guy. So I'm going to have to use 1 more to come out of cover, then detach a team, then send it away. So I'm losing. I think I am actually going to go under the cover then. So scratch that idea. We all went under the cover. And we're exposed. Now the assault team was under that cover too. He was not exposed. I've already spent the command to send him. I'm going to send him up here, I think. And then I think the other one I'll maybe just send there. I just want to stay away from that open field. But you know what? This might be the best time to go for that open field when we're looking at heavily engaged situation. That's assuming we stay at heavily engaged. Possible that might not happen. Okay, well, we'll move. Yeah, we'll move that guy to there. And then we've got 3 commands left. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to spend 2 more commands and save the last one to... Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Rewind. Well, this is a grey area to me. I just feel like this shouldn't be allowed. What I was going to try and do there was break an assault team off of one of them. Remember, we're all exposed. Break an assault team off and then send it away. But I assume that because the whole squad is exposed, that the assault team that we detach would be exposed as well. I'm just kind of like, it feels like common sense that, but again, tell me if that's wrong. That would feel wrong to be able to do that, I think. Thing is, that must have came up before, Grant. That must have been asked. Yeah, I don't think, it doesn't sound right, does it? Does that change anything then? Are you still wanting that assault team? No, I don't think I am wanting that assault team going there. I think I'm going to have them going to the open fields then. Because we cannot split another unit off and go and get one. Nah. Maybe just go and have a look. The rules. It feels like a sort of a way around doing things that you shouldn't be allowed to do, I think. Okay, the first thread that came up when I just searched for detached team on BGG, like, and the first thread come up. It was from back in 2019, I think, but it was just asking that question: if you've got an exposed squad and you want to split an assault team off, what happens to it? And even vice versa, if you were putting an exposed assault team back into a squad that wasn't exposed, what would happen? Unfortunately, it was just another player that answered. It was nothing official. It was, in fact, he started that with a good question. His thoughts were like mine, that he would feel that if it was an exposed squad to start with and you split an assault team off, then that would stay exposed. He wasn't sure about it going back the other way though, because you probably had more of a squad that wasn't exposed to add an assault team or fire team that was. I think my take on that would probably be it would have to be the same as well though. I think it would turn it exposed. So I don't think it's worthwhile following up my question. I think I'll just leave it in here, and if Andrew spots it, maybe he can comment on it. And we'll just assume that we cannot do it. It feels like that's the right way, you know. I mean, this whole squad, you know, the whole squad of this 1-1 platoon is exposed right now. We can't sort of say, right, you guys, you split off and go up there, and they suddenly become not exposed anymore. You know, that doesn't make sense, does it? As for putting it back in, I don't know. I think I would have to play it the same, and that's a worst case for you. So it's always better if you're not sure. It's better having it that way, isn't it? If it's one of the ones that you're not sure. Right. So we're going to say we can do that. We do have 3 actions left then now. Well, actually, stop now. Something's going to happen. They're going to start firing across there. They've got a machine gun. Yeah, the first sergeant and that's still firing that way as well. So we're going to get a 3-way fire here now, which doesn't do any more crossfire wise. It's still the same. It does mean we're firing. We're spending ammo there again with a machine gun. Do we want to try and... I think we do. I think we want to call for fire again, because that assault team's still 2 steps in it. Sorry, not assault team. Automatic weapons. And it's going to be firing at one of these cards once that incoming goes away. So I think I will spend a point and we'll try and mortar fire into there. And then if we fail with it, we've still got the backup using artillery into there. So attempt to call for fire with a mortar. So that's another command. That's me down to 2. I'm just trying. Attempt to call for fire from an off-map firing agency. The cards are permission instructions, aren't they? Right, well, it's the mortar this time we're doing. But remember, it's a mortar platoon. So it's that one there. It's a -3 it's going to get. And it's still a 3-card draw because it's the mortar that's going to call it. So it is still a 3-card draw. And we only have 3 of the fire missions instead of the 4 that the artillery have. And it's only a -3 to that. So 3-card draw is line quality. Yeah, it would be adjusted. Yeah, okay. And we've spent a command for it. We do have 2 commands left. We could exhort this. We're going to draw 3 cards. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so 3 cards, looking for a burst. That's a no. That's a no. Oh, yes, that'll do. Perfect. There's always the risk of the short as well, which you don't want to see. So mortar fire succeeds. We have a pending fire mission now. Coming in here again. Remember, and that's from the mortar this time, so it's only a -3, not the -5 for the artillery. That's two commands left. I think that's us done, eh? Yeah, we can't stop the firing of the rest of the platoon and save the machine guns ammo. There's nothing else. There's nowhere else to fire, so yeah. Okay, so he saves 2 commands. And how are we doing for time? 36 minutes. Yeah, well, I don't want to just cut it there. We want to make it about an hour, Grant. It's just I probably need to go away. Well, you know what? I've only got another 10 minutes or so. I can do another 10 minutes or so. So the first platoon done. So now we're over just to initiative draws. And we can do these in any order, can't we? No, we can't. It's only when you're in the activation segment that you can do platoons or CO staff. Yeah, I brought this up before, didn't I? When you're in the initiative segment, you do the CO if he's not been activated first, then the platoons if they've not been activated, and then the CO staff. So we do actually have to do the platoons next. That's fine, but so 2 and 3, which is the more important one? Oh, probably 3 is what I come across. I think we're going to do that, aren't we? Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing in with 2, to be honest. So let's do 3. So he's got 3 commands saved. He is not undercover, so this is a straight up draw. But remember, this is the initiative number. So no pluses or minuses, however. It's just a 1. I was wanting something there. Sorry, I should have flipped him to that. He's now got 4 commands. Nah, that's annoying. Because a platoon move is 2. A ceasefire is then another 1. That only leaves 1 to play with. And I wanted to try and do something to the water team. Well, to be honest, I'd like to have put the litter team back to a fire team and put it back into the squad. If we do that, I think we're going to have to rely on a ceasefire coming from something else. Can we still maybe do that though? So rally a litter team to a fire team, yeah, and then we put them back. Remember the putting back bit is a card draw though, Grant. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to spend 1 of his 4 commands. He's down to 3. To attempt to convert a litter team to a fire team. And that is going to be automatic because there's no VOF there. So, is that a fire team? Yeah, that'll do. So that's that. And then I'm going to supplement a squad. So I'm going to try and put that fire team back into the 2-3 platoon there. Oh, this is automatic. Oh, okay, I thought it was draw and cut. It's only when you're reconstituting the squad. Alright, okay. So it costs 1, it's automatic, any HQ stat, any good order, 2 to 3 step squad, which we've got a 2-step squad, and an unpinned fire or assault team. And then that would go back in the squad. And remember, that although that's green, there's 2 steps of line, it becomes line. So yeah, so I'm going to spend 1 more command. We've got 2 left to put that back into the squad. So that goes away, and basically this flips over back to its full strength again. Well, is there any point platoon moving then? Well, what I could do, because what I could do is get a general initiative and unless you send... Well, hang on. How about moving the first sergeant? Because the first sergeant is actually firing with heavy weapons in here. And I'd rather that wasn't happening. How about we move the first sergeant and yuck, he's got 1 command. Well, that would work. Yeah, that would work. So, do I just stop and save the rest of them, maybe? And then what I'm going to do is use the sergeant's 2 commands. Oh no, that doesn't work. He needs 3, doesn't he? Well, he can go over himself and call a ceasefire, but... Well, what about what do you call it? COHQ's got a Red Star parachute. COXO's got a Red Star cluster. He could do. I could fire a Red Star cluster, which all my pyrotechnics and cover smoke are just ceasefires. So he could fire a Red Star cluster. It would cause a ceasefire. It would stop them firing on that card. Well, it would stop all the fire and then reopen the fire. This would not reopen. All this would. So would I not be better just doing that? Just wonder if I should still platoon move back across there and to the guys though. Because they're kind of like on their own there, aren't they? I mean, you could take a chance and wait for general initiative as well. First sergeant. Well, you could move the first sergeant. You could just move him. You can move him up to this card to stop the fire. Because remember, the machine gun becomes exposed. Right, I'm going to spend... he's only got 2 commands left. Isn't that a waste? Don't know, I just feel like these are kind of detached now. They should be together. Yeah, I was just about to do it and then I thought, no, I don't think I will. Because, yeah, but to give these an order, you need the platoon HQ. Because I was thinking the last time we done the infiltrate, well, but you can just do a platoon move. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna platoon move them across. So, that we used their last 2 commands. So these are all exposed. These are not. And yeah, I assume when these move across, they start firing on that card too, because that's where the PDF is heading. I just noticed this 3-3 platoon has purple smoke. So a general initiative command there. I've not got any more commands left. General initiative for him to pop that smoke would call a ceasefire from this card and stop firing there as well. But that's us hoping and waiting for general initiative, where I think the Red Star cluster from the XO would be a better play, I think. Right, that's 3rd platoon. So, 2nd platoon. What has he got? Has he got anything? He's got red smoke, but that smoke only applies to the car, whereas the cluster applies to the whole map. Might feel a bit wasteful in this situation, but the fact that I've got all my pyrotechnics attached to ceasefire, it's probably fine. Right, so 2nd platoon HQ, then I'll maybe call this apart before we get to the staff. So he's activated, but with initiative draw, he is not undercover, so the small number, not modified, he gets a 2. That's slightly better. So it's a 4. Thing is, I don't Not sure he's doing anything. We don't need the artillery fire now because we got the mortar fire. Call for fire. Yeah, I actually don't think he is going to do anything, is he? There's no way to really start moving him. No. Yeah, I'm going to save the commands. Well, can we not just get through the whole impulse here, Grant? Because you've only got the first sergeant and the XO to go, haven't you? Okay. Well, they've both got one command. So, yeah, let's just do the first sergeant. So he's got 2. And I think I'm going to move the heavy machine gun. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think we'll bother messing about going under. Well, maybe you should go under the cover, Grant. Yeah. 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's fine. You can take 16 of a stack. And that's not under a cover marker, I just mean on the card. The cover marker has its own issues. I don't think there's a worry in it. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll move him up under the cover, and then I'll move the first sergeant up under the cover as well. So they're exposed as well. Everything there is exposed under that cover. That was his 2 commands. And then finally, the XO, who's got 1 command saved, gets 1 as well. And this is COHQ, yeah. So the XO is going to fire. Is going to fire that. First sergeant's got 2. He's got a green star parachute and a green star cluster. He could have ceasefired. Sorry, this comes away, and actually the heavy weapons is going to come away as well, isn't it? Because he's exposed now. He can't fire. So our biggest basic VOF is -1 for the machine guns. But remember, we have got a call for fire incoming there. And we've still got the crossfire. Yes, okay. Right, that assault team looks awful unexposed up there. My guess is he didn't infiltrate, did he? No, because he would have had to came from either here or here. Yeah, no, that's just a mistake. He should have been exposed. Okay. Yeah, just saying about the first sergeant. Well, he's not got any commands left anyway. So let's just use one of the XO's commands and I think save the other one. So he's got 1 saved to set off that red star cluster. And he can put it on the card. Well, it flips over. You can put it on the card or any adjacent card. I'm just going to put it on the adjacent card there. And that is going to call a ceasefire. So everything's going to stop firing. This is the part that's relevant. This will stop firing. And it then won't reopen fire because it's got a friendly there. It's not going anywhere else to fire. It won't fire here as well because there's friendlies and enemies. And then this would cease fire, but it would then open fire again. And this would cease fire, and then it would open fire again. So, yeah. So that's the way of dealing with that. Okay. Whether it was the most economical way of doing it, like, maybe not, but... Right, so we've got... I think I'll just stop there. What have we got? 49 minutes. Just I do need to go and get some breakfast and sort the dogs out and things. Well, you could get a general initiative. What would you be doing general initiative here? I bet I get a big 4 for general initiative and could have used the ceasefire at that, but probably want to try and find him cover. I think that's all we need. Well, let's draw for general initiative then. So the small number, unmodified, that is only a 1, so there you go. So maybe just the cover. I think, because this guy moved up, but he moved up into the foxholes. He's fine. Yeah, we only ended up getting 2 because we realised we couldn't move further on there. So yeah, it's only a 2-card draw, unfortunately. It is line quality, so it's not modified. So 2-card draw, looking for cover. It's a bit of a hope. And then we fail. Yeah, 2 cards is just... I mean, it's an open field. It's meant to be unlikely you're going to find such. So that's it. So that's all our initiatives over. So I will take a break for now, and I'll leave my phase marker showing that it is going to kick off with the enemy higher HQ event segment. And yeah, I'll be back with this is part 7, isn't it? I said. Right, we'll be back with part 8, hopefully shortly. Cheers.